स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने।
एक पवित्र सी हवा बहेगी,
उज्ज्वल उज्ज्वल हो भारत,
कोना कोना निर्मल होगा,
विश्व कहेगा जय भारत।
जाग उठेंगे भाग्य हमारे, स्वच्छ बनेगा ये भारत।
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने वादा कर लिया हमने, वादा कर लिया हमने, वादा कर लिया
Every day, thousands of people across India migrate to Mumbai, a city of hopes, dreams and aspirations. Defined by its beaches, local trains, traffic and skyscrapers, the financial capital of India is home to over 1 crore 80 lakh people. With people living in every nook and corner of the city, Mumbai is one of the most densely populated metropolitan areas on the globe. With intense population pressure on its limited land, Mumbai generates almost 9,746 metric tons of municipal solid waste each day. All this waste makes its way to the open landfill sites of Mulund, Kanjurmarg and Deonar. But Mumbai is in the process of putting an end to the unscientific landfill dumping. This green patch of highland was once among the biggest open landfills in Mumbai. The GORAI landfill was a source of great concern owing to the toxins it was releasing into the immediate environment. GORAI is located on the western suburb of Mumbai. Since 1972, waste from this part of the city was dumped here. Spread over an area of 19 hectares, this spot witnessed the dumping of approximately 2,200 tons of solid waste every day. In 2007, the open landfill at GORAI hit its limiting capacity. A decision was taken to scientifically close the site. It was a one-of-its-kind decision since a scientific closure on this scale had never been attempted in India before. The 50 crore GORAI scientific closure plant was the country's first solid waste management project to get the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC approval for clean development mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol. The capture and combustion of methane gas at the GORAI plant was expected to result in substantial reduction of greenhouse gases and therefore generate significant carbon emission reductions. In April 2011, the Mumbai Municipal Corporation received 24 crore 51 lakhs from selling carbon credits under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change.
This GORAI started in somewhere 1972, which were away from the habitat earlier. Then thereafter slowly you can see the 100 meters away the people have started residing. At the time of execution of projects, nearly 23 plus lakhs ton, that is more than 2.34 million tons of garbage were unloaded here. Whenever there is open dumping, there is always the issue of odor, suspended particles, nuisance, vehicle nuisance and everything. And smoke nuisance due to sporadic fires, which is again a common phenomenon all over the world. when you go for open dumping. As you are aware that we are very near from creek, so there were chances of leachate going into the creek and affecting our marine life as well as the mangroves. And definitely because of all these things, all the real estate prices here were down. People were suffering a lot because of several diseases due to this higher level of SPM and all.
Closing the landfill site scientifically was a massive and stiff challenge to the entire team, given the scale of the project. The challenge was not only to close the 19 hectares dumping area, but also to convert it into a swathe of green. The landfill is in close proximity to the GORAI Creek and residential areas in the western suburbs. The need for its closure for the safety of both the creek and the citizens was imperative.
Somewhere around 2007, we have started the work of this. Initially, when the huge amount of garbage was lying here, and the shifting of this from one place to another is also an impossible task. So we had decided to neutralize it on site. As regards to planning, initially when we appointed a consultant, they had also worked very hard along with our MCGM team. They have researched almost the entire world, because during that period in 2005 and 6 there was no material available on the internet. So to gather the information, now you can get on a click of your button, but which was not there. So we have studied their design. Consultants also studied the type of garbage was studied, whether it can be compressed, whether it can be compacted, whether the such type of slope that can be formed, what with the area that we can cover, whether we can cover the entire garbage heaps. So all this has to be studied very minutely.
The massive work to convert this mountain of garbage into a green area began in the first quarter of 2008. A team of engineers, consultants and experts with hundreds of laborers started to cut through it step by step. The task was required to be completed in 18 months. With careful planning and efficient execution, it was completed in 16 months. The closure of the landfill followed several scientific steps. These were receiving, relocating, leveling, reformation and dressing of the existing MSW. Laying of a cover which included laying of 300 mm thick C and D layer, 400 by 200 GSM geotextile layer, 1.5 mm thick textured and non-textured HDPE geomembrane geocomposite layer, 300 mm thick topsoil layer, vegetation layer for the green landscape, construction of sheet pile, boundary wall, stormwater drain, office building, internal roads and walkways, construction of gas and leachate collection wells and sumps. The gas generated from decomposition of waste at the plant is now routed to a facility where methane is purified. The purified methane is constantly flared. This reduces any harmful impact on the environment due to the accumulation of gases at GORAI. United Phosphorus Company works round the clock without interruption to maintain the flaring plant.
जो लैंडफिल है यहाँ पे, जो ऑलरेडी साइंटिफिकली क्लोजर हो चुका है, उसमें से जो गैस निकल रहा है, वो गैस को हम लोग ये प्लांट में जला रहा है। जो लैंडफिल में गैस जनरेट होता है, ये वन टाइप ऑफ कॉकटेल गैस, जिसमें एक गैस है मीथेन, जो बहुत पॉइजनस है। मीथेन गैस को जला के डिस्ट्रॉय कर रहा है। यहाँ पे जैसे प्रोसेस जो है गैस यहाँ पे आने के लिए, पूरा 20 हेक्टर जो लैंडफिल कैप्ड लैंडफिल है, वहाँ पे 30 गैस वेल्स है। 30 गैस वेल्स के अंदर परफोरेटेड लाइन वर्टिकली इंस्टॉल किया गया है। वहाँ से जो गैस बाहर निकल रहा है, वो गैस मैनिफोल्ड सिस्टम है पूरा फील्ड में, वहाँ से कनेक्टेड है। वो मैनिफोल्ड सिस्टम से गैस को हम लोग ये प्लांट में सीधा लेके आ रहा है। प्लांट में अपना अंदर एक गैस ब्लोअर है, सक्शन ब्लोअर, जो सक्शन सक करते हैं पूरा गैस को, और गैस सक करने के बाद ये जो चिमनी आप देख रहे हैं पीछे, वो चिमनी के अंदर जाता है, वहाँ पे वो जलता है। ये फ्लेयरिंग जो चल रहा है उसमें हम लोग बहुत सारा मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम है, टेम्परेचर, प्रेशर, फ्लो, इवन मीथेन परसेंटेज जो है वो सब मॉनिटरिंग हो रहा है एवं कंटिन्यूसली 24/7 ये चलता है।
Along with being the caretaker of the landfill site, Milind Jadhav is a passionate photographer. His camera has captured every change at the site, from the time it was a full-fledged dump site to its transformation into a green area.
ये डंपिंग के क्लोज होने से पहले जब देखता था तो उधर पूरा कीचड़ में गमबूट डाल के घूमना पड़ता था, पूरा बांस में मास्क लगा के घूमना पड़ता था। तो उस टाइम में बारिश के टाइम में बहुत तकलीफ थी, वो बांस आता था, दुर्गंधी आजू बाजू में पूरा रोड तक कीचड़ जाता था। इसकी वजह से आजू बाजू वाले लोग भी बहुत परेशान थे उधर से। और इसमें से जो कचरे में जो लीचड़ निकलता था वो खाड़ी में जाता था, उससे उधर के मैंग्रोव्स जो है वो भी मरते थे, वो भी जनरेट नहीं होते थे। तभी उधर का आजू बाजू का एरिया का भी रेट बहुत कम था, प्रॉपर्टी का रेट।
His photographs are a testimony to the enormity of planning and execution that has gone into transforming Gorai from a landfill to the place it is today.
आज के तारीख में देखेगा आजू बाजू का प्रॉपर्टी का रेट तो 20 या 22 हज़ार स्क्वायर फीट से चल रहा है रेट। फिलहाल अभी तो ऐसा खुला वातावरण मिलता है, फ्रेश हवा मिलती है।
One of the major impacts of the project was seen on the marine life of the Gorai Creek, which was severely affected due to the open landfill. Toxic leachate from the landfill would seep into the creek water, poisoning the animals living in it.
Earlier, the water of the creek was very dirty due to the dump yard. The amount of fish was less, overall business was very low. After the dumping closed, the water got clean and we get good amount of fish to catch each day. Our income has risen to rupees 1500 each day. Our business has grown manifold ever since this dumping has been closed.
The most significant environmental impact of this project is felt by residents living near the creek. Mukund Nair's apartment is right opposite the creek, less than 100 meters away from the road. The stench of the landfill would suffocate him earlier, and he was on the verge of quitting the place before the closure happened. Today, he lives here with his family, untroubled, with a beautiful view of the creek.
वो टाइम रियली बैड स्मेल वगैरह जो भी आते थे वो समय हम लोग भी बोलते थे कि दिस इज़ समथिंग रॉन्ग बिकॉज ऑफ इन फ्यूचर ऐसे रहा है तो ये लोगों के लिए बहुत खतरा ही रहेगा। जब भी मैं बैचलर था तभी काफ़ी सारा मैंने ये जो पोल्यूशन था वो मैं कंज्यूम कर दिया। अभी थैंक गॉड मेरा बच्चा और मेरा मिसिस को ये अनुभव नहीं होएगा। 2002 से लेके अभी 2016 में काफ़ी सारा फ़र्क आ गया है। कोई भी 2002 में जो भी है आई एम नॉट कमिंग टू योर एरिया। दिस डंपिंग एंड दिस एरिया डेवलप होने के बाद मैं काफ़ी सारा मेरा रिलेटिव का यहाँ पे इन्वाइट किया एंड उन्होंने भी नोट किया दिस इज़ अ वेरी नाइस लुक एरिया, नाउ फील बेटर।
Uday Vinayak Dongre lives just a few apartments away. He has spent a significant part of his life in this house. Having retired as a general manager from a government organization, he has chosen this home as an ideal place to lead a retired life. He remembers the time when he shifted to this place along with his family.
There used to be sometimes big line of trucks. Those used to come to collect or drop waste, dumps, वगैरह. So the whole road used to be blocked. And lot of the old people, small children, they used to catch asthma, bronchitis because of that. Today one can see it is very nice view to see the present condition of this thing. Environment is much better, healthier. It is now like a small green hill. People are happy now. They don't want to leave this area.
Nothing is more satisfying than to observe the sunset from this spot. 10 years ago, it was impossible to stand here. Walking on the landfill site fills him with pride at the sight of what they have achieved.
This is one of the role model for the Swachh Bharat missions. Whatever the different issues were faced all over India because of the dumping ground, they have got one hope: this can be done.
Pimpri believes that the closure of the GORAI landfill is an inspiration that other civic bodies across the country could follow. GORAI's closure is an encouraging step for landfills all across the country that are struggling with the environmental hazards that all landfills pose. Scientific closure, along with processing of as much waste as possible for further use, is the only way forward as our country moves towards increasing trends of consumption. Today, GORAI is a tourist spot with beautiful mangroves and a creek. Visitors throng here in hundreds to take a ferry around the stream and stay at the nearby villages. Buzzing with different activities, the number of residents living here have gone up significantly. With the growth of such dense mangroves, the area has turned into a favorite destination for many, away from the congestion and cacophony of the city center.